The Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, has put out this video. Now, yesterday, Fury said he had no interest in fighting an eliminator against Dillian Whyte to become mandatory for Deontay Wilder. But today, he's slightly changed his tune. He said he would be willing to fight Dillian Whyte in a WBC sanctioned bout, but only if it was for the diamond belt. So not an eliminator to become mandatory or interim or whatever, but for the diamond belt. Now, Tyson Fury is a guy who just yesterday was telling people that he don't give a damn about belts, that he doesn't need to challenge anyone for any belt or all this kind of stuff. So why now, just 24 hours later, is he saying that the WBC should sanction him and Dillian Whyte for the diamond belt? Well, I'll tell you why, at least in my opinion. Because Tyson Fury knows that this lineal champion business is not fooling a lot of people. A lot of people are saying, you know what? You're fighting Tom Schwartz. You're talking a whole heap of rubbish about Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, about how, you know, they don't want to fight you, or at least AJ don't want to fight you, and how they need to go and fight decent opposition. AJ needs to go fight decent opposition when you're fighting Schwartz. How on earth can you be so hypocritical? So there is, and I'm noticing in a lot of the YouTube videos, backlash against Tyson Fury. And I think that he is looking at the WBC diamond belt and thinking, okay, if I can fight Dillian Whyte for this WBC diamond belt, at least then I've got a trinket which I can convince the public is a legitimate world title, and that this kind of represents the lineal championship. I think that's what Tyson Fury has on his mind, to get hold of that piece of hardware, that diamond belt, and sell it as a representation of lineal, because he's no longer the Ring Magazine champion anymore. So he doesn't have that piece of hardware to show the public, but he would like to get his hands on a diamond belt. And he could even say to the public, I've got the real WBC belt. It's the diamond belt. It's better than the one that Deontay Wilder's got. I'm the real champion. That's why I have the diamond belt and he doesn't. See, Tyson Fury is very, very crafty. He's very smart. And I think that this is what he's doing. You got to watch Tyson Fury carefully, man, and read between the lines to see what his motivation is for the moves that he makes. You know, so that's my best interpretation of what Tyson Fury is doing. And I've seen people say that, and I think Dillian Whyte might have suggested this, please correct me if I'm wrong, that these are just delaying tactics by the WBC because they know that Tyson Fury is not going to fight him. And you know, Eddie Hearn and Dillian Whyte have both come out and said they don't think Tyson Fury is going to fight him. Dillian Whyte has responded. I'll do a separate video about that, to Tyson Fury calling him out for the lineal championship. But will Tyson Fury take it? Is he being serious? Well, Dillian Whyte is on a fight-by-fight contract with Sky. He doesn't have a US TV deal, so it should be a fairly straightforward fight to make. You know, it could be on BT. It could be a joint cross-network collaboration between BT and Sky, where they have it on both networks. So I don't think it would be necessarily the easiest deal to do. They could just have it, you know, completely on BT, of course. But I'm sure Sky would be concerned if Dillian Whyte was just to go over to BT, because they might think to themselves, he may never come back. You know, and that's one of our main pay-per-view stars. They can't keep Dillian Whyte on Sky. As far as I'm aware, he doesn't have a long-term deal with them. I know he don't have a long-term deal with Eddie Hearn. We know he's on a fight-by-fight basis with Eddie Hearn. But does he have a long-term deal with Sky? I don't think he does. I don't believe he does. But sometimes it's not just about whether you've got a long-term deal. Sometimes it's about not wanting to burn bridges and spoil relationships. Sometimes that can keep you with a particular network or a particular promoter, because you might think, okay, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. It might look greener now, but when I get there, it's like, damn, this grass is no greener than it was on that side of the river. You know? And by then, you've burnt that bridge and you can't go back. So there might be an element of that in Dillian Whyte's mind. But whatever the case turns out to be, Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte is an acceptable fight. Actually a good fight for this so-called lineal title that Tyson Fury's plugging. The WBC with a diamond belt, I don't even know what the hell that means. The WBC making up their belts and Aztec belt and Mayan belt and diamond belt. I don't know what all that stuff is all about. But as far as Tyson Fury and his lineal claim, it's much better to be fighting a top contender like a Dillian Whyte than someone like a Tom Schwartz. So if he's to fight Dillian Whyte after Schwartz, I can only endorse that fight. Regardless what network it happens on, it's a good move for Tyson Fury. And as I've said all along, I'm certainly not counting Dillian Whyte out, but I would be very confident that Tyson Fury would win that fight, probably on points. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Fury coming out and saying this. Is he serious? Is he just clout chasing? That's the word that they use now, the youngsters on social media. Is Tyson Fury clout chasing? Is he serious about this fight? Will the WBC accept what Tyson Fury's proposal is and make Fury versus Whyte for the diamond belt? Again, Fury, a guy who says he doesn't care about belts, is requesting WBC to put a belt on the line. Contradiction much? I saw Beats' video actually on this fight, and he suggested that they don't need any belt at all, that they don't need the WBC's involvement. Well, no, they don't. But Tyson Fury clearly feels like his position would be strengthened with the WBC's involvement if he had that diamond belt, because he can use it as a promotional tool. He can use it to convince the fans that this is a representation of me being lineal. Yeah, let me know how you feel, people. It's happening. I'm out.
Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.